What if true fame isn't loud, not forced, not begging for attention, but arrives quietly, and then suddenly, it's everywhere? What if two names, spoken in completely different places by completely different people for completely different reasons, could still lead to the same undeniable truth? That BTS isn't just a group anymore. It's a universe of individuals, each rewriting what success looks like in their own way. And right now, that truth has never been clearer. Let's begin with Jin. Because while trends rise and fall overnight, Jin's presence does something far rarer. It stays. In January, on the global fandom platform Star Planet, fans from all over the world gathered with one purpose: to vote for the idol who mattered most to them. And when the voting period closed from January 1st to January 25th, the result wasn't even close. Jin took first place with 155,385 votes, winning by a wide margin that left no room for debate. This wasn't hype. This wasn't coincidence. This was loyalty made visible. What makes this moment even more powerful is the history behind it. Throughout last year, Jin topped the Star Planet rankings for 9 consecutive months. Month after month, the same name returned to number 1, even as the industry kept moving faster, louder, and more competitive. And now, as a new year begins, Jin stands at the top once again. Not because he chased attention, but because people kept coming back to him. As a reward for his January victory, Jin's advertisements will appear on DS Panels 1 and 2 at DMC Station along the Airport Railroad for 7 full days. Think about that for a moment. Thousands of commuters, daily routines, ordinary moments. And right there, Jin's face quietly embedded into everyday life. That kind of visibility isn't flashy. It's intimate. It's a reminder that his presence has become part of people's normal world. But numbers alone don't explain why Jin continues to win hearts. As a solo artist, he's consistently praised for something that can't be faked: stable vocals, emotional control, and a stage presence that doesn't overpower, it embraces. When Jin sings, it doesn't feel like he's trying to impress you. It feels like he's speaking to you. That's exactly why his title track, Don't Say You Love Me, from his second mini-album Echo, has now surpassed 800 million cumulative streams on Spotify. 800 million times people pressed play. 800 million times someone stayed. At the same time, Jin's personal Spotify followers crossed 10 million, a milestone that places him firmly among the most followed solo artists globally, without sacrificing sincerity for spectacle. And then came the moment that confirmed his power on stage. On February 5th, the Oricon Weekly Video Chart announced its rankings, and Jin's Blu-ray for Runseo Kenpi Tour in Japan debuted at number 1. Japan is known for its discerning audience and competitive charts. Topping Oricon isn't easy. Doing it as a solo artist, even harder. Yet Jin did it, not by reinventing himself into something unfamiliar, but by fully embracing who he already is. Music, performance, records. Jin isn't chasing relevance, he's building permanence. And as whispers of BTS's group comeback grow louder, one question hangs in the air. What kind of Jin will we see next? The answer feels less like uncertainty and more like anticipation. Now, shift your focus. Because while Jin is solidifying his legacy through consistency and trust, another name is echoing across the world at a scale that feels almost unreal: Jungkook. Recently, the American portal site AOL released its list of the 15 most famous people in the world. This isn't a music chart, this isn't a fandom ranking, this is global visibility across politics, sports, culture, and business. And among icons like Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Beyoncé, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Elon Musk, and Barack Obama, there it was: Jin Jungkook. Ranked 15th, listed under his real name, and standing as the only Asian on the entire list. Let that sink in. Not just famous in K-pop, not just known in music. Recognized as one of the most famous people on Earth. Among male artists worldwide, only 2 appeared on the list: Jungkook and Justin Bieber. AOL described Jungkook as a true all-rounder, a singer, rapper, songwriter, director, producer, and art enthusiast with a level of versatility that transcends categories. But his influence isn't theoretical, it's measurable. In 2025, Jungkook was the most searched male K-pop idol on YouTube worldwide, holding that title for 5 consecutive years. In the United States, he ranked first as the most searched male idol. On Google, he's remained the most searched K-pop idol for over 5 years, year after year, platform after platform. And then there's TikTok, where Jungkook achieved something no solo artist had ever done before. The hashtag Jungkook surpassed 300 billion views, making him the first solo artist in the world to reach that milestone. 300 billion moments of attention. 300 billion impressions of a single name. His awards tell the same story. At the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards, Jungkook won K-Pop Artist of the Year. At the 2024 People's Choice Awards, he won Male Artist of the Year, becoming the first and only Asian artist in history to receive it. Rolling Stone later selected him as the first and only Korean male singer included in the 200 Greatest Singers of All Time. Billboard ranked him number 1 on the 2024 Billboard K-Pop Artist 100. Goldhouse named him to the A100 100 Most Influential Asians list. The Hollywood Reporter placed him as the only K-pop artist on its Platinum Players Power list. Odyssey named him Artist of the Summer. Stacker called him the most famous musician born in 1997. This isn't just success, it's cultural gravity. 2 members, 2 stories, 2 forms of power. Jin, showing that warmth, steadiness, and emotional honesty can create a legacy that doesn't fade. Jungkook, proving that talent, discipline, and global resonance can place one artist among the most recognizable people alive. Together, they reveal something deeper about BTS, that this isn't a peak, it's a foundation. And as the world waits for what comes next, one thing feels certain. BTS isn't just returning, they're evolving.